Hi, this is Todd Baker, your certified mortgage planner, and I wanted to discuss with you the importance of paying your mortgage off early as part of an integrated financial plan. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the philosophy of doing it, then I'm going to show you some examples on why I highly recommend that you do it. So the first thing is I want to share a story. Years ago, when I was in high school and early college, one of my friend's fathers was a CPA, and he was a very talented CPA. And I remember going to him one day and asking him, is it better to pay off your house and not take the tax deductions, just pay it off so you own it free and clear, or is it better to always have a mortgage so you get some tax advantages and take the money you would have used to pay your house off and invest it somewhere else? And he actually didn't know the answer to the question. He goes, that's a good question. I don't know which one would actually be better. I've never ran the math. So that sort of always intrigued me. And then later on, when I got into this business, I started to learn and get coached. And as I went through my training to become a mortgage planner and listen to financial planners speak about this, I got to hear all the different theories. And so what I can tell you is most financial planners will tell you not to pay your mortgage off. At least very quickly. And the idea behind that is that let's say you have a mortgage interest rate of 4.5%, but you invest your money in a mutual fund, sort of like a managed mutual fund, stocks, bond mix, and have a financial planner handle that. The 100-year average of the stock market returns 8%. So the idea is, hey, I can borrow the money at 4%, and then I invest it over here, I can get 8%. I make more money doing that. And it's called arbitrage, actually. The problem with that is that after doing this almost 20 years, the nice thing about being a loan officer is you get to see the results, the actual results of people's behavior and the outcome of following certain advice. And what I can tell you is that by and large, that doesn't work well. What does work well is the old school method, which is I want to own my property free and clear. Now, you don't want to do it obsessively. There's a way to do it correctly to where you can have balance in your life. Balance in your life and having a financial plan is super important because very few of you do have a financial plan, and you may or may not have balance, but I can say with certainty, well over 90% of all Americans do not have a real financial plan, which is simply a stated set of goals and a spending plan that you adhere to that accomplishes those goals. So the reason why you want to pay off your mortgage, and I want to say pay it off, I don't mean pay it off in 5 years to the exclusion of other things. To build wealth, you need to have an emergency reserve. So the first thing you need to do after buying a house is you want to establish an emergency reserve. That could be 1 month payment, it could be 3 months payment. There's all kinds of different theories on how much a reserve should be. It could be 6 months of your total outgoing expenses. I like to think maybe $5,000 to $10,000 as an emergency reserve is good for anybody. It just can be in a savings account. We don't care about the interest rate it earns. It's there for the curveballs life throws you. It protects your credit because you don't have to go into credit card debt. So it keeps your score maximized. It also protects your financial plan because you continue on your financial plan, absorb the curveball, repopulate your emergency fund. So emergency fund, super important. Next thing, super important if you have an employer-based 401k, to fully fund that because that reduces your tax liability. And I'm not going to go deep into that, but that's another key component of wealth. Another one is having a healthcare savings account versus a regular medical insurance. Look into that. That can be a very effective way to reduce cost and also reduce tax liability because tax liability is part of the equation. And then the other thing is pay your mortgage off sooner. So if you have a good spending plan slash budget, I like to call it a spending plan, which says, here's how much I can afford. Even if it's $100 a month, you might take 5 years off the note. Okay, and as you reduce what happens with homes is they go up in value over time, 3% average, right? And then some years they might be flat, other years they might go 6, but it's 3% average. And you're slowly paying your note down. But what I always teach people is interest rates don't matter. And it's because if you just make your regular payment, you're going to pay interest 4 or 5 times the price of your house because you made the minimum payment, just like a credit card, right? So what you do is you pay more towards the mortgage. It goes to the principal, it reallocates what goes to principal and interest each month, and it reduces the term of the loan. so that even if you sell your house now early, it's like the 7-year average, you have significantly more equity to roll into the next house. And the target is to get into about 55 to 60 is having your primary residence free and clear, and that opens up all kind of options for you. If you run a retirement calculator on what it takes to retire with a mortgage versus without a mortgage, do that on your own. Go to a site and run that and just make certain assumptions. You'll be shocked at what happens. But let me show you the math of it. So here is a mortgage plan, which we did a $275,000 purchase, 5% down, assumed interest rate of 4.5%. You can see all here, all in the payments, $2,036 a month, right? But if we go to the wealth impact tab, I want to show you if we pay an extra $250 a month, look what happens. 30-year loan goes to almost a 20-year loan. The wealth impact over 7 years, $68,000. $68,000. Excuse me. It's $5,000 savings over 7 years, side-by-side analysis. But look at the equity. It goes from 111 to 136. So your equity is significantly higher. So look, if that same one was $500 a month, you cut it down to 206, right? Which is just north of 15 years. You can see you save the money. The savings is as big as the equity gain. Look at the equity gain. It goes from 111 to 161. So it adds $50,000. Now that's just a 7-year average too. So that's the key. So you don't have to go 250 or 500. You want to be as aggressive as you can within a budget that still allows for, you have to plan for vacations, medical expenses, if you have kiddos, all the sports and activities, going out to eat, a date night for your significant other. All of those things are part of a spending plan, but planning is key. So you get that all down, and if part of that just means you take a baby step, the $50 or $100 a month as a habit is a great baby step to take. So paying your mortgage down is a huge thing, and one of the things I do for all of my clients, or anybody that asks, quite frankly, is you give me your mortgage where you're at right now, and what you want to do, I can prepare a custom plan for you. It's free. It's something I just do to add value to your life and say, hey, if you did an extra this per month, and sometimes we go by a time frame if that's the goal, or if you have a certain amount per month, or even annually. Like for example, hey, I get an extra $5,000 my taxes, I want to put in that mortgage. I could show you, we divide that by 12, put it in monthly, it'll give you the same effect, and you can do that lump sum payment. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. The key thing is to make sure you are doing it. So thank you so much. Remember, I'm always here to help. I'm always here to help you, your family, your friends, your work, your colleagues at work, anyone you come into contact that's looking to buy real estate, sell real estate, or restructure through refinance to maximize their net worth, the real estate assets, have them give me a call. Better yet, send me their name and number. I will call them for you, and I will take great care of them. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.